travel to some place to South America, and I know that your dollar goes a long way in those countries, man, because things are not so expensive. A matter of fact, food is not so expensive. Accommodation is not so expensive. So your dollar will go a really long way. So you saying that the dude ain't pulling in enough views to really live in Africa and travel like that? Well, traveling, yeah. But this dude also have courses too. I don't know how many people sign up for his courses. He has courses on how to be a digital nomad and how to make money while traveling and how to really live off the grid. When I said live off the grid, live off the American grid, but operate within the American grid system, which is he's doing his YouTube because most of his views come from here, right, in the States, and he live elsewhere. So I think creators should really come together and figure this out instead of dividing up and getting caught up in personal attacks and or ad hominem attacks on each other, because at the end of the day it doesn't make sense. Well, and I don't even know if these guys are doing it for views neither, so that could be a possibility as well. They probably doing it for views, who knows, man. But I'm not defending Ashton, and I'm not um, coming up on his side. But Ashton is a dude that I really respect and how he does his thing, how he moves. I respect that. I respect that he went back for that young lady back there in Africa, and they're making moves together. The family blessed the union. Well, not the official union because they didn't get married yet, but the girl's family bless and give Ashton the okay. Say, okay, all right, that's it. You guys can move on right now. And as a young man, I respect what he did. That's super 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 good what he did. You know what I mean? So, and again, I don't know the back end of their situation, but judging from the outside looking in, I want to say, yeah, that's a very, and I'm just judging him based on his interaction and based on his actions. You know what I mean? Because somebody can say, oh, I do this and I do that, and and tell you a whole bunch of stuff, but actions speak louder than words, and I'm judging him by his actions, and his action looks, he's a man of his words, so his action tells me that. You know what I mean? And you can trust a person based on how they operate, based on their actions. Now, Nana is saying that he's exposing the scam. So each time Ashton make a live stream, first of all, let's back up for a second. Nana is saying that Ashton is so desperate that he has to be live streaming for like 7+ hours and doing some crazy live stream because he need that bread. Okay, everybody want to get the bread. All right, so I don't see how relevant that argument is. And Nana is saying that because people are catching on to the scam, Ashton is making his live streams members only, so people cannot pick apart any evidence or any thing to say that he's actually trying to scam, or he's not following through on what he promised, or because you could pick apart somebody's story by, I know if they're lying, by going over what they have stated before and connect A to B and 1 to 2 and 3 to 4 and just connect the dots overall. So that's what my guy Nana is saying, that because people are trying to pick apart the story, Ashton Holleman now is like, you know what, let me put these live stream and some of these videos on members only so people can really go watch them and see them. Another point is, okay, why would you do that? You still will get, because if it's a good live stream, you could get YouTube AdSense and have ads on the live stream instead of putting them for members only. You know what I mean? So the dude has a point, but at the same time, too, two things can